So this is where we officially begin our journey deeper into the jungle. Um, Basically, Jin knows exactly where we're going, and hopefully Sayor does too. But she's taking us to a point, which is called Gaia Falls, and but what our goal is here, we are trying to make our way to a village to talk to a man named Matutero, and when we get to a certain point, which is right up here, you'll notice that we kind of reach a dead end and things don't really go according to plan, like they never do in Dead Island. So yeah, as you can see in front of us, a waterfall's right up ahead. It's really nice modeling work, very nice scenery, but hey, the bridge is out, so what do we have to do? We have to go on foot, and that sucks. You know, and yeah, right there Jim basically tells us that we need to clear the way for her, but you know, she's gotten in the way of the zombies before. I don't really understand why she's not fighting alongside us, because if you heard what the voice on the radio was saying before, what Ryder White was saying, you know, we've all come in contact with these things, we've all been bitten, and none of us have gotten hurt, including her, so, you know, it'd be nice if she could help, but, you know, there are a lot of questions that are unanswered, especially this one as to why I am still using a pickaxe. Oh my god, I'm a moron am I, and Yoda am I too, apparently. Yeah, that was just really stupid, and I actually, yeah, I get rid of it there. It was an accident, but I think by that point I figured that the pickaxe would not be good for me. We run across a Santa zombie, so I think I'm gonna pull out my gun for that, because I usually do. My shotgun. Yes. Oh my god, thank goodness. Actually swapped the pickaxe out for the gun, which was smart for me. You know, I actually read somewhere that shock mods actually work really well against floaters, you know, because their bodies are so wet. But then I read the game itself says that the puke.
Let's get going before any more of them show up.
That the puke is flammable, and that fire mods work well against him. But yeah, I don't know. Floaters are just floaters. Sometimes things work, sometimes things don't. But as you can see here, I am left behind. Whenever I get left behind, I kind of like worry a little bit. I honestly was unfamiliar with this territory, and so I was thinking that something was going to jump out at me and I was going to scream like a little girl. But seeing them run so far ahead without any trouble and not stopping, you know, to fight zombies, I figured, you know, I'd be okay too. But, you know, obviously you would never want to count your chickens before they hatch. So yeah, I'm trying to find alternate ways, because I figured that zombies would be right in the middle of the road. But yeah, that just ends up causing Sayor and Jin to run farther and farther ahead. And since Logan's stamina is much worse than Xian's, it's really not good for me. As you can see, I get stuck there because I saw a bunch of zombies and I figured I wanted to take the longest route possible to avoid them. And that was dumb of me, because as I said before, it just caused them to get farther and farther ahead. So I think if we would have stopped, Jin would have also stopped. So but that's okay. I don't really run into anything that completely stops me, so I think we're gonna be good. Yeah, you notice how paranoid I am when I'm by myself. I keep looking around. I really don't know why I stopped there, but... Here we go. This is where we need to be. This is the river village. It's a safe zone, just like the lighthouse and the lifeguard tower and the church and all that. So.
I'm getting to that woman. We've been through hell here. Last night, a whole mob of those crazy motherfuckers came crashing in here like bloody animals. It's amazing anyone is still alive.
Okay, so basically, I don't know why that happened. I didn't press any buttons, and there's a recording in there that we'll get to later. But I do not know why their dialogue just completely sped up like that and just was completely ignored. But basically, Jen was saying that she wanted to speak with Mowen, and here's a mod right here, the Shocking Crowbar mod. And while I look that up, I'm going to talk about this. But Jen basically told Matutero that she wanted to, you know, go see Mowen, and he says that he has no idea where Mowen is, basically. That Mowen had run off as soon as, you know, the shit hit the fan, as soon as everything went wrong. And he said that he wants our help, and she said it really depends on what, you know, his help requires. So right now we're going to talk to Matutero and see what he wants.
Here's the story. Afran fucked us good, man. His moke stole every single gun we had. Lucky for us, Afran's people didn't get too far, though. We heard on the radio that their car got swamped and they're stuck out there, waiting for help. Go there and get our weapons back, and I'll tell you how to find Mowen.
Yes.
Alright, just hurry. Those bloody fools won't stick around there forever.
There is a shortcut up to the village leading to the canyon and Ghost Village. Go that way and you will sneak up on those bastards from behind. Good luck.
I'm riding in a 4x4 following a group of survivors heading... Apparently, someone on the radio is leading them to the source of this sickness. There's supposed to be some kind of a lab. Could this be some sort of experiment gone wrong? Some kind of animal-borne disease like swine flu or bird flu that's mutated? If this spreads beyond Banoi, if it were to hit a major population center, it could be the end of everything. People need to know what this is. Maybe they can... Look out!
Okay, so that was another recording. It was a really short one, but I wanted to say this. Matutero and Mohakian actually do know where Afran is, and we're going to actually get to that quest later, but like any other safe zone, we have survivors here that we need to talk to first. And we're going to do that as soon as we find an entrance to this place.
You need some supplies. Unfortunately,
I need a favor.
Every damn thing we had.
Matutero told me to repair the gate.
Jesus.
Unfortunately, the tools are in the house by the pier, and those things are over there. Those people who won't die. Will you help me out with them?
I can't really turn you down now,
Thank you.
can I?
I'll be right here.
So the dialogue and how Tobias speaks is really kind of interesting, because I think his role was actually meant for someone else. The sentences were just really interesting. I don't know, his voice just didn't match it, but I think that's how a lot of the characters are in this game. The voice acting is not that great when it comes to the side characters. But basically, Afran has run amok in River Village, and he's stolen a lot of people's stuff, and we're basically looking around the place right now, but he's wreaked a lot of havoc, and Even though Matutero said that he didn't know where he was before, he actually told us. And in order for us to find Mowen, we had to find Afran first and put him down. So, but like I said before, we're not going to do that. We're going to talk to some of the villagers here, or some of the survivors here, rather. There really aren't many. You'll notice that the further along we go, we don't really run across as many people to talk to. So, which is good. Which is good.
A lot of villagers were badly hurt the last time they attacked. We need bandages and disinfectant to dress their wounds. Do you think you could find some for us?
Sure.
Good. Well, thank you. Look in Robin's hut up in the village. He had some medical supplies put away for an emergency.
So Lauren is apparently the Dr. Jack of the jungle. She's taking care of the sick and wounded, and you know, we need to find bandages and medicine and all that good stuff. Honestly, the side quests here really aren't that hard, so you know, if you wanted to do them, then there's really no reason not to do them. I mean, and by the way, I figured I'd mention this now again. The reason that this isn't live commentary, obviously, the quality of my voice probably sounds a lot better. And that's because Audacity actually decided to crap out on me while I was recording this. So, no live commentary, no surprises, and I know I'm probably really boring, but, sorry. Sorry about that.
My wife is dead. Vargas is one of Afran's crew. He killed my Katie. She was in his way and he just blew her away. He needs to die. He needs to suffer, and I'll give you whatever it takes to make that happen.
Yes.
All right, then. We have a deal. The bloody kid was headed back to his boss when Matutero blocked his way, scared him off. He's headed towards the canyon up from the village. Catch him and kill him, and make sure he suffers. He doesn't deserve an easy death.
So basically I decided to get down and check her out just like we did Bill in the jail, just to see if she'd, you know, blink and smile and her eyes would move and everything. They didn't really do a good job with the dead bodies because they do actually kind of twitch and stuff. Oh, and I was really excited about that frying pan because I had not seen one in the game ever, so it's pretty interesting to see right there. But it works pretty much like a shovel and an oar or a paddle. It's really not that useful. Oh, and a hat stand. I mean, they look neat, but unfortunately, they're pretty useless. But I have to say, there's a personal ID. Speaking of the voices and stuff, Carter's really wasn't very convincing as a grieving widower. But as he said, Vargas is the person who killed his wife, and so not only are we going to have to deal with Afran and his men, we're going to have to deal with Vargas and his too. So since we're covering all the side quests, we're going to do everything. So you know, we were warned by Mike before coming to the jungle that there were probably going to be more human enemies than zombies, and so far that's proven to be true. These people are really causing trouble here, more so than the city of Moresby, which is actually surprising. I think right now we're just looking around, trying to loot from the houses and whatnot. There isn't really that much to see. And yeah, we're also trying to look for that guy. As you can see, there are like bridges to roofs and just random weird paths that you have to follow. And it's just like a maze. It's confusing as heck, and you know, it's just hard to find your way around anything.
Afran set our food supplies on fire. What's left will barely last us till tomorrow. Will you help us?
Absolutely.
Name's Brian. Thanks, huh? Hey, we don't know if animals are infected with this shit, so we better not risk it. Hey, you should see if you can find any canned food. I saw some supplies in the bunkers a while ago. Maybe they're still there. Everyone is starving.
So yeah, here's another canned food side quest. There are actually a lot of those. And I know we've picked some up, but we couldn't give it to him right away as soon as we talked to him, which was weird. But here we locate the bandages and stuff for Lauren, which was in Robin's hut. So that's where we're going to go next to get that stuff and send it back to Lauren. It's a pretty easy side quest, so you know, you may as well do it. But anyway, Brian actually mentioned something that somebody else brought up in a comment about the animals, and we actually don't run across any animals anywhere, but there are some indications that the animals are indeed infected with this, but it could actually just be like primates, rather than, you know, like lions and stuff. But I mean, I wouldn't want to mess with like a lion or you know, or a bear or some wild animal anyway. So, you know, whether they are or whether they aren't infected with this disease, I don't think I want to deal with them anyway. At least not in the wild.
Well,
so that
what
was
do we got here?
That was an interesting recording there. That was a lot different from the typical recordings that we get from Roger Howard. That was from Robin, and I guess he killed his friend. So getting down really shouldn't be all that complicated when you're in the jungle, or when you're in River Village. It's getting up that's a task, you know. Getting into some of the huts is a real pain in the butt too, but yeah, getting down's not that hard.
Thank you. Oh, this'll do just fine. Take this. Here. It's the least I can do.
We actually lose our weak hatchets in there, but I think they work pretty much like the pickaxes. They're pretty big. We try to pick them up, but it fails.
There are some local healing herbs we can use to tend to the wounded. Would you be willing to locate some for me?
I can't really turn you down now,
This
can
is
I?
good karma for you. You'll find these healing herbs growing in the swamps near the village. It's called Gatu Cola.
Alright, well, this side quest is actually a continuous quest, so, you know, you don't really have to do it. But if you ever find any of the plants that she talks about, you know, may as well pick them up, take them back, just like anything else. But we're really not worried about the continuous side quest. Going back to old Harlan, who screwed us over, you know, we don't want to have to deal with that again, so, yeah. Oh yeah, right there I made a waypoint because I was pretty much fed up with how winding the jungle was and how to get to people. It was just really confusing, so I figured we'd just be better off making a waypoint and, you know, finding our way that way, even though that completely messes up the map. It's actually a really good thing that we made a waypoint to this part, because I mean, this is so out of the way, like it's hidden by rocks and stuff, so it'd probably be difficult to find your way on your own, or maybe that's just me. And yeah, that's what the Go-To Cola looks like. I'm really not going to try to say that name a lot because I'm probably going to say it wrong every single time. But it's sort of like a little red plant. Looks pretty cool, you know. It's different. I actually thought this was interesting because I've never seen a suicider throwing up. I've never done this side quest, so it was just really interesting to see that, because, you know, you see all the other zombies throwing up, but you don't see that. You pretty much just see suiciders blowing up, exploding. What's funny is that I had no idea where Sam was. I didn't realize that we had to cross the that little bridge, that makeshift bridge there over the slime to get to him.
Fucking psychos. Can't believe I let that bugger get so bloody close. Who the hell are you people? I don't know who to trust anymore. You're not with the government, are you? Chances are they're the wankers responsible for this bleeding catastrophe. A bioweapon gone bad, most likely. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, and when I do, the whole world's gonna know what they did. But first, I need some help with this bloody arm.
Sure.
Just get me a first aid kit or some bandages. I'll patch myself up.
So yeah, basically that's pretty much all you need to do. Just make sure you have something with you, though, just so you don't have to go through the trouble of finding this place again. But there's a lot of stuff to loot here, including, you know, health items. But yeah, I mean, he gives you pretty cool reward for just, you know, giving him a med kit and stuff. But, you know, this is kind of out of the way, so you want to make sure you have everything. And there's a mod there called the Justice mod, just so you could pick it up. And also personal ID if you're just into collecting everything. So, I mean, this really isn't a bad place to visit. It's just, you know, kind of annoying to get to. So definitely make a waypoint if you want to do all this. Right now, I think this would be a good place to pause everything. We've talked to everybody in the River Village, and we talked to Sam, who is just outside of River Village. So, you know, right now, what's next is just, you know, following the main quest, I guess. I'm gonna actually watch the rest of this just to make sure I'm right here. But until then, you know, if I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. But until then, I will see y'all later. Thanks for watching.